You good?
Let's see.
Wait, he was in the bathroom.
Who's in that?
Oh wait, never mind. I'm dumb. I thought they were good.
I don't think I'm good.
Yeah, my bad.
King
Sorry.
Kai, Castillo, and Jack?
Yeah.
Yo, go.
What if there's legitimate anything else we see to be dropped the video because one of your shorts we give us a trade of door, basically short here. Be thinking the brute force we have time community interpretation, otherwise you reckon you have the app and arguments we can give it to theory. I always want to see theory much. Larger deals, one for the one every one to the one season can do two responses. Paradigm issues and weighing. They have 6 minutes to deflate here. Deflated, I wish I'll make sure norming increase one CB, so you can read to the afternoon. After you go for the logical discourage, say making 2 errors on the checks if they overload by S60 skill, the clear the AC curve our new person extend interpretation of the arguments of and rejection or theory because it means that the 2 are always analyzed 60 third interpretation that you're going to see that for those who have purposely for violation of the inter 18 to 1 year. Charges the one issue sure multiple layers to theory framework contention just for against skepticism learning creative trigger system link opposite viewpoint anything also that is anti-global multiple form trigger study as you force to know she engage in the other she can change other fourth interpretation that negative exceeds that presumption or the affirmative framework and contention level often violation of you can violate by reading terms or defense by often turning alternative framework for shots you ace and also for the one issue will there so framing off the you can frame out and read a budget turns in the after you can do also inform which is the 200 clubs on either framework the turn into 6 minutes being negative reactivity finish after closure one is time tackle you can craft a perfect one so you continue one of the layers of until they give you way recourse treating one error maneuvers without having to reverse both five interpretation divisions clearly to each other, which after will be reading, including any and all changes at the time of all night, so result of that by the code of violation notice for trust in the document affirm. I'll read the screenshot that allows so I meet your interpret. I said, what with the IBF of Nike? He said, well, one of that's on the wiki. I said, which he didn't respond for affirmative for prep and clash, everything else to make a flip decision is our society. Turning the afternoon, the wiki leaves guessing which will have a preference, which you choose better than basically quarter from you can definitely break new and flip. Decision will probably be determined whether it is a new after. We don't have any prep here, prep 30 minutes up. Not reading the site stuff, 6 presumption permissibility for the hijack intent baby obligation, obligation means that we the restriction all reasons taken action, not taken action, or evaluated compared to the basis of strength, the reason, sufficient reason, strength reason requires only no reason to be evaluated compared to the reason, about no valid justification, all reasons sufficient in comparison to other equally invalid justification, be responsive to with the negative, except that which you can want to advantage of the theoretical or creating permissibility, something I do want substantive advantage, 7 presumption for the absence we will structure and reason with the question that reason be otherwise how to predict justification to think like drink water seems intuitive until you make particularly be D, some particular how to use the forming harder framework. I value everybody the ethics on natural, the one that natural skills, fallacy, examples of goodness, fails to find the ultimate more, okay, good example of good as the work getting to the elevator, trying to define my physical clone library, operation to the best we can do is that they're correspond with the yellows of the actually preceding second, only transcendental ideal can explain agents and mechanics in the world on the physics that determine the freedom and internal learning hold 20. Freedom comes from somebody no matter which I didn't true one wants to say freedom the path of ranges describe freedom the thing in itself, true that ensures that I come with the freedom that are 3 ways categories of natural properties internally external therefore communicating beings external and external fail only so you can consult that efficiently cost honest. 14. External as means to capture universal bears a relation or internal and gradual claims in psychology heterogeneity need to claim physician and authority and that aim is intrinsic according to during the reason that results the practical reason is also going to say binding to only practical agency constituents and the agent use rationality against other rights of active sign reject practical agency engages in the process of reaching to make that decision be action theory every moment the next portion after that action is really advisable smaller medium that action go reduce to one task entering everything leaving all which the action with that moment by the only practical not reading about the after the AC only the practicalization is still touch action get there any more about this like universal ability and maximizing for qualities and anything else and more about if you can factor that any just I'm not contradicting to the you know for me very few not meaning that as I say true for one is true for all be I think was define our because is I have only tell us what it is that we perceive not ought to be the how to drive and offer descriptive information needs to be the part of your premise to be a role through playing proper truth and the result of however we are rational both not Jesus true requires the same with 36 of the equal freedom and probably good and you cumulative thing is nominated military director control social gives them here until reading the social body regulated individual law text equals cities is powerful freedom that's the standard to the system equal freedom lateral will defend metaphysical based on topology with perfect verse imperfect impact on the world determine whether relation true false saving and inconsistent is often different content is true the world is better than the move we drop the most consideration that as we have negative big some given resolution by define negative that the firm true in each art meet yourself choose its operates and normative abundance theory first linguistic moral the logic and all types of truth condition controversial use of one cascading reaction and seven content every content is like state of taking critical inquiry and arbitration and calculated the possible working into negative migrant 30 interactive business inquiry the passage justice you know concerning what happened or will happen again for the incentive part of the state of personal action you know the action was going to tell you can stretch into the next guy consequently bring the water in a minute about your 84 people actually offering about reason probability 3 after the result of the actual performance and have an equal probably all active for the state or one motivation categorization to the motivation of the person nature human mechanism motivation 10% and absent motivation pursue and do null variation which means of an agent as a time to accent other from clubs here respond to action based on objectively good and the person action to the service definition of good inclination and solution because there are a lot of machine and the rational feature of human need is opportunity that all being so particularly good object presupposes goodness of rational will for value and third duty versus all taking nature ethical just return to the individual different areas of self-interest that are only non-arbitrary short of the result of the direction result of all the way the individual I look morally do have 100% obligatory power of the offense. I from the United States subject to religious military presence West Asia North Africa region 1 military presence violation of nation hunting wars and moral despotism render leading 95 summer as a 3 colonial people with invasion of nation shall force me interfere with the constitution of the other is the way Nina person interfere with a moral conduct of person wrong thing force interfere with the authoritative presence of the people establish the state of the world to render the economy of every nation and secure military intervention would be most ideal mirror the ideal of the federation not invention of the rule effect of political improvement overall transformation and sake of the great proponent of information disrupting moral fails to realize individual worse in situations like on collateral rules economic property that basic condition rules are already arbitrary regulations 14 taking out the property of the day need to be state department cannot be soon equal portion of those conditions to unpredictable very conditions thereby rendering this up to the same verse of third universal intention justified and justified infinite warning all of your universal violation prevention with the result of the state of intervention violation work consistently impede another not reading the type of evidence event. Defending the stability structure, increasing against how things and the resulting increasing escalation been pure brawler, 24 years of air double sharks against the rating back to the picture of the war who is defeated when back to the new terms of last shot whether the turn prediction the green with the light sharks against the who out of control we need to conflict number 2 military action as a resolution that guaranteeing regional stability American backlinking unity the wall escalation by testing towns all around the conflict has blown a court responded with against the deployment of use here returns against Hezbollah rapid expansion war versus calculation for the war escalation take 10 21 global warning Hezbollah orchestrating and Israel counter escalation tier deploys chemical weapons permission with the Lebanon already begun the all part of the plan Hezbollah main armed pre-season weapons ballistic missiles over Tel Aviv Israel may not wait for sending more planes against Iran's nuclear program around the US are on closure boosting uranium nuclear weapons serving critical financial lifelines out that series giving them another member's troops under attack.
Please.
I just cut the last part of the attack. Did not read Taiwan.
The spikes and everything.
I read all of them. I just didn't read the side stuff.
Okay.
I mean I can send a mark doc, yeah.
Just send it when we start cross. Let's start cross.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's go on to presumption of actually let's go on to naturalistic fallacy with the warrant.
The warrant and the more evidence is that every time that we try to describe some natural state of things as good or bad, they always evolve to another natural condition, which is circular. There's no external justification as to why those conditions are something that's desirable.
Can you explain the Taiwo card and the method evidence?
Didn't read Taiwan.
Okay. Cool. Universalizability. Interventions. There seems to be a reason as to why like military interventions, if universalized, would be bad. Why?
Which one is this?
The universalizability argument. The one
Okay.
you stole from me. So the interventions argument says it seems to be like if infinite military interventions are justified, then it would be bad. I guess if we prove that interventions are peaceful, then does that take it out?
No. Van der Linden summarizes and
Okay,
contextualizes.
so begs the question of you and Van der Linden.
No.
Okay,
There's
so
two claims made.
Explain it
There's
independently off the
evidence.
warrant.
One is that generally it says that military intervention is coercion regardless. The second thing is that the general purpose of the condition of
where's that
military.
universalizability?
Wait,
The
that's
coercion argument is based on
that's
Maryland. I get
that's
that.
one.
I'm asking
Yes.
you.
The second thing is that independently you can make that argument. The one I will respond with a similar argument along the lines of military intervention in the context of specific things like the negative.
So it's not
Can I finish or
justified?
no? Wait, what do you mean it's not
It
justified?
seems to be.
It has.
It seems to be you're making claims
Wait,
that are
it-
not inalienable.
It has a warrant. You propose an argument in response. I'm proposing a response to that response that I will make in the one. That does not mean that it's not justified.
Cool. So the one
Because-
C does not have a warrant. It requires a one-year extrapolation. Let's go on to consequences
Misunderstands
fails.
what warrants are.
Let's
When
go
I
on to
read a
consequences
policy app, for
fails.
example,
Let's go on to
no,
consequences fails, Patrick.
I mean, I'm not gonna let you make assertions
Okay,
and be like,
accountability
oh,
argument.
you do, like,
you say
you
it's
didn't say
impossible to
anything.
weigh
It's
between
fine.
10 headaches and a migraine. Why is it a reason as to why consequences fails?
Aggregation fails.
Okay, cool. So it's not consequences, it's aggregation.
Consequential calculus that uses aggregation fails. Like, you're trying to be smart, right? Like, consequential frameworks require some form of aggregation. We say that those fail.
Wait, okay. I guess how does that prove any aggregation is wrong? I.e. 1 plus 1 equals 2. It seems to be
That's
that's
not
things like
aggregative in the context of oral statements. 1 plus 1 equals 2 is mathematically aggregative because it
Okay,
includes-
1 death plus 1 death equals 2 death. That seems to be a form of
that
aggregation.
cannot be weighed. Like, we are making the argument that yes, you can add numbers. You cannot weigh those numbers against different numbers.
Wait, huh? Okay.
You cannot weigh. The weighing part is the hard part, not
Okay,
the adding
meta
part.
evidence. The meta evidence ends up concluding, it quotes Tetlock study, and Tetlock ends up concluding that super forecasters and politicians are able to then predict
If you
consequences.
want to knowledge dump on me, go ahead. Read your cards in response. I don't know your answer. What was your question?
Okay, I guess
you just
like,
listed things.
I guess like what's the methodology for this? Like you just
You just said Tetlock study. Like you just told me the
Okay, so-
methodology and asked me what the methodology was.
no, I told you.
You
what-
just said it uses Tetlock study.
Yes, I'm asking you what did Tetlock do in the study? You read a card.
I don't
read a study.
know.
So
You can make arguments,
So you can warrant
like-
your own studies. Cool.
Yep.
Uh,
None of the arguments in the app was warrants. I read a 6-minute app with 0 warrants. You're correct. Completely.
Okay. Induction fails. Warrant.
So again, no warrants, guys. Induction fails doesn't make sense. Induction is the idea that we use past examples of experience to justify why it is completely certain that some similar experience would occur. And again, in the future, our argument is that is unpredictable and also incorrect with the circuit.
Okay, sure. Let's see. I'll run a bit of prep. 30 seconds. One off case. Actually, let's put reversing the app.
Want to take prep or no?
Yeah, no problem.
No.
Reasons validate after
Here,
execution.
no reason to validate.
Cool. Yeah. That was 38 seconds. Orders the one-off case. Case starts on the overview, then the app offense, and then the first one. So overview, truth testing, app offense framework.
Overview, truth testing, app offense framework.
Yeah. Sorry, laptop's QRS. Why is it not here? Like I saved it, it's not.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Wait.
Is everyone good?
Wait, actually, give me 1 second.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Chris?
Yeah.
The rules fundamentally from the molecule exists species essence will regress any essence part essence just by infinitely aggressive all humans can know essence current is possible to all two exist essence have material objects after existence and the only correspond to this being is self part to mass person down is this small beings on exists world talk about best but have to rest and rather than expression ropes including inspirations only being so becomes no being essence for the voice exchange fundamental bigger make experience make social habits and then mentioning explains small existing concepts of being fellowships subject foundational terms that were around them teach my students possible my voice and fellows everything that legal characters such as that number of parts of whole they increase except being fundamental term force exists place time effective activity explosive against possibility try to change the time sedimentary tools and false body place essential by 10. The rules of whole being to your body, even like a positive counterfactive, plasma implied maneuver related to relation power, definition meaning the world concept extension, you should understand the world by merely looking rather than the inspiration and he perhaps he's feeling this for mind things because he's in our world, and then our probably fifth from the developed not contested research of the object reference to how he's opening with all these nine rules and body talking themselves to possible reflection tunnels and conflict advances inevitable for reals and critical intent after life and action for these not complex actions to use for those wing for the action of these limits of life plus feel rather failing and say that's the expectation and play and every sticky play out emergency rational counter diversion along with life character people swimming centuries of students of us who live in diverse with past spell for the possible for as an illusion part of the course of placing what's hopefully on so humorally slaying the effect of spirit tracker routine the filthy tools and above forever will just come into conflict and revealed and also obligations to create I skip that card this is the infinite advance kills me creation no actually obligation to creation externality that shows the power of creating man social contract between obligated obligated initiated 7 the feeling of obligation originated in the spirit of relationship creator endeavor reversing right of against person working as equivalent concept of that concept transfer of the rights of the units right greater probability everything is righteous like the best of the force of the I skip the next part that only slip that existed will the power methods of research truths empty and showing the truth values for reality landscape war meaning term 77 minutes wasn't logic methods and valid upon others will regarded as self as like the existed by the content of object the facts of the with how the project we create control entry being lives and about interpretation building more country out reality credit design creating the truth also especially the quality of function of power truth is building power is limits to be close central life big 100 things paradox models cold proof is it in weak and causing paradox contradicting acts reality simply solid picture experience should be killed without having about this happens ability to really floor very consistent and let's get that next part and the one sees that act of religion driven progress which is something correct freedom value life bringing war interesting wrong and people cosmically which also posture extreme field in the level things where they increase the confidence you get negative impacts and levels to try to unstable and your peace around the world you miss and fire and power so it's a back to developing humanity physical subject critical intent great really workers things that the goal value thing that was value with the both on a face for us can hackers neckers everything and favorite in this united can regret the screen with the heads and all people and the answers to be because the list colors and destruction being playing and everything you're doing later being awkward they feel freedom that freedom requires this business born and other rights of it feeling good avoided to everything born is made for yourself before we leading conservation conflict quality legend and solid and many prayers slavery so the other times organization collocation powers orientation based on the ambitions is not strong enough to just rush today essentially fire further than converted to both positive will become political success and results in results one best numbers of how stubborn capable acting your own stereo held and nearly thankful existence general slavery possible so the imbalance of containers in 93 the moralizing measure Carlos and Harris politics and Elizabeth fails later that is the brain was success with the persuasion notes that are based on forward. Castillo was something that was solid, etc. Everything calls for she can decide fame is back to more violent motion. And the alternatives are based on party, like a full embrace of reality and birth, and there was a lot of preparing human nature and of its elements and mood purging here we are polar opposites. These dispositions will be turns and salty deficits and the perms and independently some of them take turbulence 10. Hope for the year translates practicing of visual light of love and I don't know the transformance and the son of the reality of the life and times break letters and firm the world as much in the outside now within the possible no love and moving what it is and no for dollars for the buckets stands and body but the garden launching balls for the face most of war work born in the daily of the war and the cost you by the best of the caption and the non effect of all the does not further including the direct ball and the design the form the content of the current and the visual the builders and the turn off the presenting the second main comfortable board there like standing on the city of the same city of the council after the modern culture and war only possible things to come once you because complex and the set of costs and also the cost and just Spanish rationality just like so the card there and the next question debate is whether the form of content firm is considered the recent human exchange created the spirit man's 13 was excited with an English speaker that the new man teacher will be able to present in the day regular arguments with concept self actual beings and understanding of the second human nation found that being from cities personally being among the existence of the existence that the many was case. Presumption against one of the more specific false and true I the pen is read as only where the pen is read, whether they cannot be pen or cannot be read. She calls her up to require qualification for extended them because the house that there were no reason to do with these safeties of the service in the schools and notes we can know that after enough that experience for logic propositions require qualification for extended less money for acceptability logic propositions to record so they nothing in the legal the human legal to nothing your true absolutely true response to observe what person is every life from girls versus mechanisms versus make often to be relevant against this question of what would judgeable out and often to never be just what having person is true for this person is a question of what you do doing saying action happening reason things without any arguments and trying something reason about it whether it's flows from your arguments properties epistemics and drink food prefers your arguments there's no impact to it and that like that because that means ways to justify and create different reasoning for using intuitive no I can't verify what I think in my mind I think it was passion you say like no internally that's why I just think the firming is harder also same for 60 times use the same speech gap check there's no warrants then independently counter the second term counter-iteration I sent it like the negative test both framing potential offense and if there is firming kind of reciprocal because both as engaged key to fairness and counter-iteration negative test both the framing potential offense one key to class alpha mitigation both the adjective to lots of equal distribution both framing topic education framing offense with the key effective provides to full education always turn effects of day in class by searching like fairness and birthdays are properly 8 point on the 8.1 backslash and you reading skepticism you just don't meet theory you do that you can get to all of it in time 3 years get faster and get more efficient for on the second point try to better app then no reason I just try to better app good apps all their offense to get in the program preference and it's safest really cool the RBIs we got guys and I can counter points across the interest you guys the deal and able shells at all and some indications like legal you know increase some that's increase time skill that's this point time use something argument that really when I the fourth one drop the argument let's up the other use because like to know let's make your team and from these small ways like it's like after restaurants and it's this time and answer shell doing what I didn't know comes around the arguments that they're going to do something like this to me they're dropping something in place for the fourth point one you're trying to use one record with the music probably has any heads for the confidence possibility logical function was being word and penalty the case takes up theory because it thinks that linguistic things are universal for the truth that we critique in the first place means that can't be validated case. The app is not inherently consequential. The action starting offense turn 1 takes out the perpetual piece. The first piece is not existent, and who wills and then these violence inherently inevitable. We're seeing that trying to strive for it is the will to power, and something that we critique in the first piece because the director is new, they don't warn you, so like anything violence turns into relevance, spread as nil, there's no impact to the second part, copyrights, by question of the copyright matter, not decay, to wills and takes it out, and probably no idea that just like I could do warn piece here, hold line for the framework proper. The counterpoint, the K is not consequential, is the reason why it's intrinsically bad and to affect extensional, okay, do it's a reason why you continue maximizing extension freedom and kind of rely on your arguments. First off, how do you hard, choose hard on possible, your argument proper. One, you say passing consequence, you only call for the things you foresee, no physical consequence. You say calculate, that's an aggregation or reasons for argument. So you say back and fails, just hard possible, like I know, and I know some of the tomorrow. You say end states, no, describe the argument in the first quote. You say the eminent can lose a super forecast, just can't free consequence, then we can do it. Also, it's not a question of our budget policy makers, not our framework proper. And like since it takes the framework page, one means that there's no universal more true reasons for reason about the reason it takes out, and then the dualism also takes up the framework because the reason that as the mind and body are not connected, mind and body are inherently connected, so non-naturally inherently false. And we have to reason you the same things like liberal freedom and radical freedom arguments that essentially arguments that we are essentially free, then you're giving the state power out of the rules and that. Also, we can turn on the rule argument, giving on the rule power is what causes independent value against freedom in the first place because you get the state just like things authoritarian in the first place because the state just chooses to not best way of freedom and you're merely going to whip with the power which means arcade terms your affirmative proper, the ideal theory part, no toga theory, one is a great whip with the power, I use subtracting from the material world too. The ideal theory begs question of the us implementing the real world after crisis. Ideal theory is progressing the non-ideal theory, but if you skip the first point, then it just like using ideal theory and solve why offense in the first place. Also, getting realism takes out any reason. No, you're so sure. Yeah. Alright.
You get across?
Yeah.
To ideal theory warrants, why is it bad? List all of them.
We give reasons as to why one. I think the entire K is reasons why ideal theory is bad. For realism, critical and evidence.
Okay, what else?
Existence, species, essence, phenomenology, etc. All prove reasons as to why ideal theory is bad. Second,
why?
Why? Yeah, sure. The proof of evidence talks about how we look at what happens in the real world, i.e. the world is fundamentally violent.
Keep going.
Second argument, we say it's a weak will of power. Argument is that it deviates away, like you're trying to escape what happens in the real world and to go into this sort of ideal world because you don't want to face the confrontations of things that are actually happening.
Okay, next one.
Third argument against it was, let me think. The reason for ideal theory is saying that, we create a universal world and then we act non-ideally. If we just skip that past that point, we just work non-ideally and sort of we created the sort of way that we should act with the case.
Is that it?
Existence species essence takes it out.
Okay, that's fine. The RVI stuff, if drop the argument is true, why do you vote neg on RVIs? Or does RVI still matter?
Let's see. Do RVIs matter if it's dropped the argument? We'll
It
say,
should be a simple question. I'm just asking for the 1C.
yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's talk about this stuff. The alternative, what does it do?
Yeah, the alternative embraces a party to life. This means that we
Examples?
embrace all the things that are coming. Yeah, for example, things like embracing the world is fundamentally violent, for creating things like strong.
What feature of the affirmative makes it mutually exclusive with the capacity?
Yeah, I think all the links prove it. You can go into
I didn't ask
the
a
comfort.
question. Specific characteristic about the idea of embracing the fact that we're going to fail.
I don't think the K makes a claim. It's not a pessimism K. This is not.
I didn't ask
pessimism.
that. You just said.
You don't
that-
make a claim as to
wait,
why
I didn't say
it's
that. I
fail.
used the same.
You make reasons as to why the K creates a weak will to power and tries to.
Okay, so what does the alternative embrace? Say that line again.
Yeah, the alternative embraces all the struggles in life, all the inherent parts of life, and embraces it and then acts in the face of it.
Sure.
I
What
embrace
part
that
of the
there's struggles
affirmative makes
in
that
the
mutually
world.
exclusive?
Yeah, I guess all the arguments for it. One, we say universal moral systems takes it out. If we win that existence precedes essence, then universal moral systems are just attempts for you to control and for you to escape responsibility for your own life and assign some other things. Second, we say universal obligations are a way for the state to control you. Insofar as you have your own extent of freedom, it's a way of you just handling your things away and creating your own extent of power. That's the moral obligations argument. We have reasons why your fundamental reasons why we have to escape
Dualism,
from war.
where did-
It's just escape.
Dualism is false to Mias. I don't know how to say this. Evidence
Miasek
was still
evidence.
warrant.
Yeah, the Miasek evidence talks about how the world is fundamentally phenomenological. All the existence pre-essence kind of show this, but it gives reasons how us being the world, our mind and body are fundamentally connected to all the world around us. That's how we create existential meaning, and we're all fundamentally related.
Okay, what part of that means that we don't have reason? That's independent of the
Yeah,
relationship we have
so
with the world.
basically, a lesson on philosophy. Non-naturalism says that there is some non-natural property in the world that is not connected to us.
Wow.
So that we
Thank
can't
you.
say that
Thank you
5
for
seconds
enlightening
is
me.
correct. My mind
Still
dualism
haven't
says
answered my question.
yeah,
20 seconds.
I'm getting to it. The mind and body. So if dualism is false, that means that mind and body are one in the whole.
30
is not
seconds, you
something
haven't answered
off
my question.
the whole. Yes, I think I have.
Thank you so much for enlightening me on philosophy. Take care.
It's not my fault you can't understand basic sentences.
Sure. Wait, we have, I'm just talking about, we have 5 minutes, right? Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Only response to perpetual peace was that realism turns it, right?
Peace is never possible. Striving
Yeah,
towards
that's-
peace
okay.
is bad. Or like trying to strive towards perfect world with people is bad.
Okay, that's fine. You can teach your testing.
We see that our world battle hijacks.
Where did you say that?
That's what the world battle says.
No, like where in the speech did you say that? I get
The
that's
World
conceptually
Ballad.
what it
Like
says.
the World
But
Ballad
where
describes-
did you say that in the
The world
speech?
battle the world battle describes how you search for truth. It describes
How, where did you say this words in the speech?
the world ballot. That's what the world ballot is.
Okay, where do you, like, 252 taken. Where is case to K? Framework, offense, or the 3 page quickly. 3 page quickly, the framework, the offense, the K.
Can you say one more time?
Yeah, 3 page, framework, offense, K. I'll send up. There's like one card. I don't know if I'll read it though. And also insert text. No, I don't know. You said something.
I also hear voices in my head sometimes.
Okay. Sure you do. Send. It's sent.
Okay, I'm gay.
Okay. Is everyone else good? Great. Castillo, everyone's good?
Yeah.
Great.
Continue to drop the argument, RVS is, yes, RVS doesn't matter because you vote down the interpretation of the framework, the naturalistic policy means the right reality must not for natural crimes because describing natural fact is good does not prescribe an awesome good does not be able to define because it means that anything that is also good must be characterized as some subjective natural fact with a circular, only non-natural quote, avoid determinism because it exists as natural. The critique, the abstract turns into Schulten evidence specifically cites the context of freedom. They have misunderstood freedom. They say existential freedom, but they've conceded that absent a non-natural premise of understanding will always be found by the causal laws of nature. Practical reason is non-natural and binding, so you can reject practical agency engaging in that means it's equal and freedom that assessing universally and from going for induction because your only response is an inductive word which concedes the validity of circularity. Our entire argument is that we cannot necessarily know that pen will drop just based on the past examples of pen dropping we might be able to know from science or deduction, but we cannot know just from the pen dropping in the past, which shakes up the critique. Every single theory of power argument warranted in the critique is based on our experience of the world and not just by whether it's intrinsically tied to every single action we take our word for any of the others. So every single other response in the critique you can group them. They all are just an extension of materialism is good, but we'll answer that in the critique. That begs the question of whether or not you've won the case theory of power is good in the first place. We answer every single argument, including the ideal theory of good arguments. You've said you impact reason, which we answered above. It's saying existentially free begs the question of the critique. We've all not turned the unnatural world because obviously we do not defend a state action that does anything. It has to be bound by the laws of non-natural, by the laws of universality. The offense was functionally conceded going for perpetual peace. States are represented in democracy that models the world, the omnilateral world, and international arena that continue to go state eliminating offensive military capabilities required any presence by definition coercion intervention to those outside of the will. Your only response is realism, which also begs the question of the critique. But the ideal theory solves the question of what states ought to do in the first place. Peace is inevitable because the alternative would require without which would do in the K. One permutation to double line to the affirmative, one is the alternate. Every other instance holds residual links to the affirmative. They have not warranted why the affirmative is uniquely key. It also resulting in either the alternative is too strong to overcome the links or not target of the second permutation to go to the affirmative. Determining to the affirmative instance of alternative and right. Any form of mutual exclusivity for zero link will answer your link evidence. Both of them grouped up. A, the alternative cannot resolve and advise back your argument as to why either the alternative would either the affirmative is the alternative because it embraces the fact that we're not necessarily perfect or that existentialism is correct, but it embraces what specific context of ethics within the context or the alternative describes a condition that is unavoidable because the alternative would also demand that something is desirable or that we should pursue something, which is the exact link evidence that you have read because you said that striving towards something is good. 5, impact on ideal theory is good. A, prerequisite for cannot motivate decolonization because they're not, we cannot motivate the alternative because they're not ideal stances and people never able to convince people of their movement, but appeals to the universal rights of the path because it's how to stand on reasoning the ideal theory solving the right method and how we act to structure and structure. C, universal statements like the critique are the universal statements are ideal theories in itself. D, ethical egoism allows division consumption. What is bad based on your circumstance allows for bias to seep in only by abstracting away from material condition can we keep your character in check. Count for intersubjectivity. We'll do ideal theory debate here. We'll answer all of your arguments and group all of them. They are just that materialism is good, but our argument is not that we cannot consider material circumstances, rather that we should strive towards something great, acknowledging the fact that we are never not going to achieve that in the first place. So it's not perfectionism, which answers the critique. The alternative is answered by Pascal's wager. If something that's good, we should try to street forward. The alternative just embraces that nothing is impossible. It's not mutually exclusive with the affirmative. There's no internal to infinite violence. It's about seeking power through hedonism, which we have rejected, which means that Nietzsche evidence does not matter. The alternative interpretation, negative, nothing has an agent of the one to see. They didn't vote affirmative. A utopian fit of the coding actor, an alternative. innovative, originally inflicts opportunity to lesser abusive threat, arguing the rest of them. Will just lie by your ontology warrants now the world. One, the essence of we do not need, but you concede the practical reason argument is most binding, even if we cannot explain to you as to why there is a cause for the cause, it is still necessarily uncaused existence. Argument group 2, 3, 4, and 5, all of these, and 6, all of these arguments are the same, but rather they just explain that materialism does affect the subject. We have not made an argument that materialism does not affect the subject. We have made an argument that materialism affecting the subject is not ethically relevant to whether or not we have obligations to other people. Not that it does not affect the subject, it means that even if we do change over time, for example, like the linguistics and temporality argument does not answer anything. The dualism argument is also answered above. You should hold the negative to the explanation and crossings of their arguments. Either the tuner will be new, or I should get new responses, or you should just hold into the explanation. It was just that we have experiences, so that dualism is wrong. But you've conceded that we must have some sort of thing, absent experience of the world, or else we would always evolve into creatures which is nihilistic and eccentric. Nothing conceded jurisdiction, which outweighs. They have not laid a link to the plan. The plan is a good idea. Conceded would result in extinction and the ab offense. That is a good idea. Conceded jurisdiction is well, the truth of false realization. The only thing that jurisdiction, because affirming is to infer the truth of it, and for negating is to deny truth of it. Even if they hijack our conception of truth, they have not answered the plan text of the affirmative, even if they answer the framework.
How much? I used 40 seconds, right? 320 seconds. For agential inters, for agential.
Utopian fiat.
Like what's that mean?
You can fiat any advocacy which artificially inflates their solvency. You can pick the actor, which is not. We cannot drop deficits to the actor you pick, so you can pick an actor that is deficitable, probable, or whatever you call it. I don't know. Sure. Like for example, you can pick people mindset shifting, which is didn't read the card obviously. Y'all can get water again.
When did you get to that? Okay, the order is going to be overview, the 1AR shell, the K, and then the case. It's going to be kind of like yippee yappy, so I'm just going to signpost. Like there's like no like weird way to. I just like the case page will like start in the truth testing flow.
Hold on, I have to plug my computer in.
You say the order one more time?
Yeah, the overview, the 1 AR shell, and then the K, and then like the K will start on the truth testing flow. And then case.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, K will start on the alternative.
Okay.
Conceded, drop the argument, substance, drop the argument, all abuse, and gets back to substance basis. We no longer have to debate theory, which means you should drop the negative advocacy, alternative proper, which means there's no impact, and we defend the status quo, which means it solves all your offense, which is handle nucleus, we try to concede an abuse, or hypothetical abuse, ability, that's happy, or some holding solving for infinite possibilities. Also concede that if we win or K, it inherently takes out in the theory, it takes out universal linguistics, and the universal truth is inherently bad because it does not exist in the first place. Also conceded, presumption negates, there are one safeties, ethics, sages, when disclosed, if we know disclosed, we can't know whether the actual not, if ethics are incoherent, we're going to each one of our theories, or proper counter-interpretation, invaders, can't defend its foundational field, can't things like critical literature, etc., which is a prerequisite things utopian debate. You can see that education is the terminal impact of fairness in the first place. You can say if we have an education impact through utopian field argument, things like saying things like solvency tests, etc., permutation, solve all risk of offense, the alternative proper. We're not going for the alternative. You can see that it's additional. We can kick it if it's a permutation. If there's a permutation inherent, which is no reason. Also, in using the shell uses goes away because it's just going to drop the argument. They have not reasons to drop the argument. It's unique to the whole entire cage. That's why the advocacy utopian field is bad. But if you can't have the advocacy that is utopian field, that takes away. We just spend the scope, which solves your offense. Truth testing. We'll concede the reasoning that if there's no reasoning clause of determinism, that's reason like clause of presumption. You concede that presumption inherently negates terms that triggers presumption. It means that the resolution is already predetermined. It means that if the resolution expression is predetermined, but resolution is already predetermined, but that means you can't be predetermined. You can't have more obligation to do something present. The infer is not predetermined to you already. And where's the expression of presumption? There's no reason that we have an active obligation to do anything. Infer everything is predetermined. It means that we can use the presumption is because there's no more obligation in the first place. That's just a big game over. She choose. You can see an automatic argument from the grid evidence. You can see the grid evidence from the cases. There is no universal mode truth. Truth does not exist. Which means that Western law, you can say Western acceptance truth. There's ways for the Western systems in order to get with creating since saving, make real world power and get control over the first place. Winning since pre-season essence, that means the universal truth does not exist. The K proper. Going for existence pre-season is Rupert and says materialism, but arguments on the question of materialism, but the question this is how the world works. All the affirmative arguments, reason this is how it would be good if reason existed, and how reason would solve things logic contradict arguments, but this is what happens through growth, and this is how we have to act. This is the only thing we are bound by in the first place. Conceded one relationality, conceded one relationality argument that should take away arguments. We are not born to roll with pre-reading essence, but rather we have relations with parts. For example, I'm teaching my students, boss, my employee, action, and other, which means there's no universal essence, my character, back number, or relational parts of the whole that I create. Also conceded that the infinite regress, any essence require essence just by intrinsic infinite regress. Only means no essence makes any possible essence of all other reason arguments. For example, says it solves determinism, but there's no fact that why determinism is inherently bad. It means that all arguments are reasonable by its logically incoherent for you to have a predetermined essence because it's inherently possible and inherently aggressive. They conceded that argument in the first place. Also, going to the mind dual argument, which takes out reason inherently conceded mind illusion. The only argument there is no warrants and materialism takes it out, but there is a warrant. They can see that we are existential creatures who create being in the world. And mind and body are fundamentally connected because we create relations in the world around us and create meaning explaining with the world around us. Means the mind body rules the world. Something that reason is not an operative construct, rather a question of the mind. That's something that is not subject to it. Operative reason does not exist. It takes out content independently. Your argument proper. You say, let me find it. Your only argument against this is saying how group A is materialism good can't come with material service. That's how much materialism good. Rather, question materialism is, so we have to follow it. You say it's something good for your strife. We say also all of your arguments question reason as well of the alternative souls. Not reason as to why that's why it takes out the link proper. We also go for the links as you say group the same. You say not ethically relevant with obligations. You even do change over time. Arguments that we change over time, so there's no universal reason that can guide new norms to access. Even if we do reason, we reason differently, which is solve any of your arguments. You can't really turn to arguments. You've also conceded things like you say either it's new, but it's not new. The expectation cross sex was exactly this. We create essential meaning in the world. There's no perceived essence in the tools in the skulls. You say some sort of thing absent experience, otherwise it always evolves to nihilism. There's no facts in nihilism, also no warrant. That's why it evolves to nihilism. Argument is that we find our meaning in the world, and even if nihilism is true, yes, that's the alternative. That's what Nietzsche would embrace. He says that yes, there is no meaning in the world, but we still try to find meaning in the face of it. Feelings. Winning existence precedes essence and The thesis claim, we're going for the thesis claim. They concede realism. There are two conceded structural claims that shall frame your evaluation analysis done at the link impact level. First, there is no universal character to the world that can be assigned to individuals or judges outside of fundamental human nature. We are ontologically self-determining, essential agents, thus daunting capacity for choice, burdens with the absolute demand to create meaning for ourselves in face of others, attempting to say anything describing a universal characteristic of rightness, and diminishing capacity for choice, or very well said as taking others antithetical to our fundamental ontological structure. Second, to be human is to suffer. The demand for creation of meaning imbues us with existential breadth that makes us being human fundamentally challenged. Every individual must prioritize themselves and thus will inevitably have to subvert the goal of others with their own. The fact of life leads us to the true question of frames of existence, and the winner of this debate the only argument they have made is reasons why existence is not predestined, not reason why violence is not inevitable. Insofar as violence level inherently turns spiritual peace, being spiritual peace because it's reasons why dominates the weak will of power. Peace is not a reason. Insofar as you cannot create peace, war will always be here, which means that you trying to avoid it creates a weak will of power. Concede that cause things like exhaustion. Exhaustion is independent impact that turns all affirmations to choice and value of life. But when it's denial of one, which denies all value of life because life and no has no meaning valid. A life without belief in your ability to act is no life at all. Two conditions society become a willing participant in the violence, making the product itself to be. There will always be attempts of violence, domination, and war, but a weakened will trying to subject accept this injustice, making the violence enduring unchecked through Zantama or the feeling of aptitude spills over to external violence against individuals who are not directly dominating out of frustration, results in violence against an innocent rather than in self-defense, cultural violence, and cultivating states broader power structure to dominate everyone, which means that the arguments you teach and inherently turn because even if you try to stop effective peace in this one instance, you just think over a structure that creates violation to freedom in the whole, in the first place of unlimited property. The induction fails argument, you can see that argument is not inherently consequential, but reason as to why things are inherently, when we create results, when inherently do it independently, induction fails argument, there's no impact to it. We can see that there is an induction fallacy, but we can still reason free consequences, even induction fails. We know that the panel job, we can predict that someone will come up, so it means there's hope force that we can create into consequence. It's not proof that it's inherently possible, means your towards our sort of analysis, first the inherently hijacks it. Also, we can see the dominator will is a violation of your freedom, conceding the inherent term, the only argument is that dominator will protects your freedom. No argument is that dominator does not protect your freedom. First, there's no universal conception of freedom in the first place. Rather, we only have existential freedom. We can act for ourselves. Us handing away our existential freedom to the state and letting the state to regulate is what causes violence violations. I think so. Authoritarianism. I ask yourself how Cuba became Cuba. They handed all the rights over to the authoritarian dictator. That's how Castro was able to control and cause authoritarian regimes to collapse in the first place. It means that giving up existential freedom turns. It means that their conception of their framework is what causes their impacts in the first place. It's kind of not a big step. We've triggered determinism. We'll concede that reason causes determinism. That means presumption negates. Independently, this will concede that truth is impossible. They've not heard reason. All of is coming out as Kant's offense. The theory flows. You can see drop the argument. Not going to the alternative. Links are dissets and turns and reason why resolution is false because turns are conception of morality. Turns are conception of truth. There's no way to get out of this using that knowledge.
Oh, crap. Right. I have 2 time left. Let's show you. Okay. Order, like, I don't know, I feel the entire tune are top down. It's just like, the Kant framework, the Kant offense, like, okay, I guess, something like that. I'll try to make it clear what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
This debate should have been over when the nation conceded the reason and practical reason to the binding arguments from the straight out of the contrary to the one end of the framing issue. The negative theory of power is not mutually exclusive with any argument that the affirmative makes, and every single argument that the tuner presents is not exactly exclusive with every single app argument. I can agree with every single tuner argument about relationality, temporality, and if the world affecting us materially, but what unifies all of these things between people now and between people who lived hundreds of years ago is a process of practical reason, the ability to set, pursue, and reflect upon those ends. The tuner has not made an exclusivity argument as to why that model and that framework that tuner has presented is exclusive with our model. Our argument is that yes, experience can affect us, but the only thing that is relevant to our ethical obligations is our general non-natural facts of reason. Extend the framework here. The natural causing means the morality must start from natural terms. Describing natural facts as good is not prescribed. Also, any good is not able to define because it means that anything is good must also be characterized with some degree of natural fact. Only non-natural facts avoid determinants because the natural will practical reason is non-natural and binding. Using to reach agency engagement that means the system equal out of freedom that is set to universally. The offense will extend here. The duty of perpetual peace affirms states have an obligation because any military intervention is not coercion by definition. The two responses that would turn the cases of first of the critique turns the case will answer here. You've conceded that ideal theory resolves every single one of the negative argument because if states were to all unilaterally be able to apply this theorism of peace and then strive for that, they would not result in an empirical situation of peace. So even if it's empirically the case that obviously people have a desire of applying a theory which restricts those desires, it's obviously something that is good. Second is the omnilateral rule. Again, is not all states, the examples of Cuba are all states that are not something that is consistent with our theorism of how the state should operate. So obviously ideal theory would resolve this one too. Now I'll just line blind the entire tuner and go down the checkbox first into determinism, highlighting the framing issue that Mason does not understand what a contingent standard is. Our argument is that if you reject practical reason as a source of goodness, then determinism would be true, which means that we are not triggering determinism because our argument is that absent our framework determinism is true, but our framework resolves the conditions that would trigger determinism. Next argument is the auto-negate argument. Again, the process of practical reason is what unifies our intents and defines the subject. So there is universal moral truth. The tuner has just asserted that we've conceded there's no moral truth, but conceded the moral evidence, conceded reason unifies intentions, and conceded that reason unifies who we are as ontological natures, absent our experiential facts. Now the two arguments you go for relationality and infinite regress. You conceded the response to infinite regress, which is that we do not need an explanation for what our essence or the purpose of our essence is because you have one that it exists even if I cannot explain, but you have one that is an ontological condition of the subject. You say relationality. You've conceded our response to it, which is that experience and our relations with other people does not affect our moral obligation to someone else. Just because I like someone or just because I dislike someone does not cause me to have an obligation to murder them because of our practical reason that binds us absent our experiences of the world, which is the top-level explanation of transcendental idealism or a priori truth, which resolves every single negative argument. You say there's no universal reason, but we reason differently. This was the last response. Yes, we reason differently. Our argument is that the process that unifies all people is the process of reason, even if the content of what we reason is different. It is about the nature of human agency, which is bounded by practical reason, which responds to your arguments. Now, the K-turns case and all of these arguments are begging the question of whether the framework debate is correct in the first place, so I do not need to respond to them because you just extended the same argument multiple times. Okay, 10 seconds left. Every single two in our K-turns case is an empirical question about the uncertain principles of the world. Our argument is that if you apply ideal theory, conceded ideal theory is good. If you apply ideal theory in all states, try to strive towards Kantianism, it would resolve. Get around, Ashley.